Hey guys, here with another episode of Trainer Confidential. Got Donnie here again. We're gonna talk about a few things. Starting with Hunter Labrada.
Yep.
He's got Tampa Pro coming up next weekend, which I'm excited to do a show on that show too, which will be next week. So, how you doing tonight, Donnie?
Doing all right, man.
Yeah,
Doing good. Yeah,
been kind of busy, huh?
yeah, I'm week 5 till I get to the Worlds,
But you're
I'll be in
five
my
weeks
lane
out.
this time. Huh?
You're 5 weeks out already.
5 weeks out. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't
5 weeks
realize
out.
that. Wow,
5 weeks out.
that came quick, man.
Yeah, I mean, just getting in that rhythm. That's all I'm doing. And now I'm 5 weeks out.
Wow,
So yeah, it'll be here before you know it though. So
I didn't realize you were that close.
yeah. 5 weeks. Five
Wow.
weeks.
All right. Well, I got some exciting news from Labrada. I'm a big fan of Labrada, but he is looking his best that he's ever looked right now. I think I said that last time too, but when he made this video, he was 10 weeks out. So there's just a little clip of a video he made on YouTube. He had Branch Warren in there and Lee Labrada in there. But I'm gonna pause right there. Look at his legs. Like he's the most he's never been this conditioned before.
There's some crazy separation.
Right?
Yeah.
His triceps now he's not only the runner up, but I mean he's gonna win Tampa Pro regardless because he's the only big name in there. I don't see anybody that's
Wait a minute. I thought wasn't I thought somebody else was supposed to be there that I think it's like maybe like a last minute thing that may be
that's what everybody's hoping.
Push him a little bit.
Everybody's hoping that that happens, that we get some last minute guys in there. But as of right now, actually, I'm going to bring up the lineup real quick. Here's the lineup right here. So we got Lewis Breed, we got Stephen Daniels, Roy Evans, Brady King, Hunter Labrada, Nathan Spear, and Joel Thomas. From what I understand, Joel Thomas is maybe, I mean, he's not going to be a threat, but he's probably going to take second. But Labrada's look right now, I don't see him. I think it's going to be cakewalk for him, and he's going to do the Texas Pro after that too. So,
yeah,
and that's going to be a good show.
Yeah, I don't recognize any name other than his.
No, no. Yeah, and actually, a fun little fact too that I learned from his video. He's only done 10 shows total.
Yeah,
he did five amateur and 5 pro.
Yeah,
he won
still
every show except for his 2 Olympias that he was in, or 3 Olympias.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, and he's going to win this show too. I got a good feeling he's going to anyway. Let me get some actual pictures of him here. What is this here? So this was 3 days ago. So this probably was the video, or this is probably a update.
So when is the show again?
It's this weekend, this coming weekend.
Okay.
So the video was made 10 days out. So this says 7 days out here. So that video is a little older.
So he hasn't really gone into the peak week side of it yet.
No.
He hasn't gone to the lean out. He hasn't gone to the fill out and the dry out.
He's starting this week, or he's starting this weekend. So I guess it's next week
which means actually, I mean, he's probably kind of flat right now. He probably feels flat. So if he pulls out this dry out, and if he pulls out this fill out and dry out, I mean, yeah, he's going to be pretty impressive.
Yeah. And actually, I take back what I said. This was done 3 days ago. He says 7 days up top. So yeah, he already should be filling out and drying out, doing all that now, because this is last week. Which we don't have.
This is a good look to have prior to your peak week. That you're done. Basically, what this tells me is he nailed his lean out phase. He's definitely as lean as he needs to get. Now he just needs to make sure that dry out and that fill out phase, he nails those 2 things. If he nails those 2 things, then he should be good.
He should be good. Yeah. I think he was up to hour and a half on the step mill. That was his cardio every day. So he's been putting in the work. He's been doing good.
Yeah, his
waist got smaller too all of a sudden.
His muscles are pretty depleted.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, because the video I just showed you, he probably had some carbs that day or something because he was a little fuller. He just got done with his workout too, but he doesn't look as good in this shot as he did the last one here. But and his calves are crazy looking. He's got some crazy looking calves.
So the thing I'm kind of curious about is what's going to let's say he let's say he wins it, he qualifies for the Olympia. How does he play the next few weeks? I mean,
well, I
the
think what
Olympia
he's
is in,
trying to do is he's using these two shows. I mean, I know he's got the confidence. He knows he's going to win. I got a good feeling that. I think he's using that to perfect his peak week. For the Olympia. So he's going to take whatever happened this show. He's going to go do Texas Pro because I don't really think he's going to. Although Texas Pro, there is a threat. There's Andrew Jack going to be at that show.
right.
So,
That's what I thought. Jack was supposed to be at one of these shows.
yeah, that's going to be a threat. He can't not think about him because that's going to be an issue for him. But he's got this show. There's nobody that's going to come up to him. I mean, unless we have somebody come out of the woodwork now in this last week. He's taken this show down. So if he nails his last 48 hours on this show and he nails that and he does the same thing next show, he should be pretty good to go. And hopefully, all he can do is hope that Jack doesn't look as good. I mean, he's not 100%. I mean, other than that, I think with how he's looking right now, I think he'd beat Jack. I mean, right now, and Jack, let's say Arnold. You know what I mean? Don't you think? I mean, if he was up against Andrew Jack at the Arnold this year, who would win? Do you think?
I'd probably give it. Well, look at the way he's looking right now. I mean,
yeah, right now. Let's say I'm talking his physique right now.
Yeah, he's much better than he was when there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Apparently, he's 5 pounds lighter than he was at the Olympia too, but he's bigger and more shredded.
Right. It's very deceptive. It's not so much about how much you weigh as it is how much you look like you weigh.
Look at his calves. I wish I had calves that look like that. I got a friend that has calves that look like that.
No, you don't train for calves like those, dude.
No,
you either have those or you don't.
Yeah,
you either got them or you don't. He had those even before, I mean, they were promising even before he even started.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't. It's just like perfectly round quads and peak biceps and stuff. You don't train for that. You kind of have that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see him. It's gonna be really exciting to see him on the Olympia stage because when he got 8th last time, right? He got
something
8th.
like that. Yeah, he's got some he's got some making up to do there.
He was 4th the year before, I think, right?
Yeah, because we were expecting some great things, I mean, probably even as high as maybe top 3.
Yeah.
And it didn't materialize,
Yeah. But man,
what are you doing, dude?
He's got a lot of work to do though, man. I mean, there's the Olympia stage is going to be pretty tough for everybody, I think. Anyway, he's looking pretty good. So a lot of it probably has to do with he switched to Whole Foods.
One of the things that I'm noticing with him is that he's posing a lot.
Yes, he is.
So and it does help.
Yeah, he does pose quite a bit. So he has people come in.
Well, I mean, just going through his mandatories. He's going through a lot. He's going through his poses a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a lot of posing and bodybuilding, that's what we do. I mean, we train and everything and stuff, and you need that to build muscle, but we actually don't win. We compete by posing.
Yeah.
We're posing when we're competing against each other and stuff, and so he's really doing a lot of posing and stuff, which is pretty good.
Yeah. I want to talk about Lunsford next. Lunsford's like 10 pounds heavier than he was last year or at this time. So he's even bigger when he was. This is the latest 15 hours ago here. His legs, I was looking at at his past shows, and when he was in 212, that was a complaint about that one of his only complaints was his bottom didn't meet with his top, and
Well,
I'd say his bottom is pretty overbearing now, don't you think?
I would never. I'd say they match almost perfectly now.
He does.
No,
That's
so
that's one of his strong suits is his legs now.
that's one of the things I got to give to him and stuff, because his legs were, a tad bit behind his upper body and stuff, and he's brought that up big time.
Yeah.
He didn't really have the roundness in the quads that he does now. No. So I don't know what they did to attack the lateralis, because that's the muscle that you're going to attack. That's the part of the quad you're going to attack to get those round quads. And not everybody has a round lateralis. Some people, their lateralis doesn't have that sweep. It's more flat, and apparently, he really got a pretty good sweep on his lateralis muscles.
He's still really lean right now too. Yeah. So he's 10 pounds heavier, better physique, bigger legs. Man, if you were to ask me who's going to win the Olympia or top 5, I couldn't tell you. Ron,
and I'm not gonna even try to speculate.
You can't.
It's like sportscasters and political pundits, coming up with elections and games and stuff, and they're sitting here and they're throwing all this stuff, creating all this drama and stuff, But everybody so far is looking pretty impressive, and we'll just see when we get there, dude.
Yeah, a lot can change overnight.
And, I've seen a lot of bodybuilders in the past. They do these pre show pics and videos, and they're looking just tremendous, and then it doesn't quite materialize when they actually get to the show. So I'm going to take a wait and see attitude.
Yeah I think with I think Derick Lunsford, he's got a really good coach in his team. I mean, he's a winner. I mean, he's definitely gonna be top 5. I know that. But I mean, in my opinion, I've said it before, I think he has the best back in bodybuilding right now.
Pronated rows. That is the deal right there.
Yeah.
Pronated rows. Not inverted rows. Pronated rows. Inverted rows will kind of target the lats. It still targets the back, but it's more latch centric. Mm-hmm. When you hit your pronated rows, meaning your palms are down, then you're attacking between the rear delts. From rear delt to rear delt, that's what you're hitting.
Yeah, they say rows are what builds a big back. It's rows.
And I do, and rack pulls. I mean, I love doing rack pulls too. So
yeah, he's a big fan of rack pulls too. Actually, I think in this video, this is a clip from one of his YouTube videos.
It's crazy width, man. Crazy.
I know,
width.
Right?
I mean, when he's by himself, you think he's like well over 6 feet.
Yeah. If you can't really see how he doesn't look like he's short.
I'll put it to you like this: back up the shots. Back up one page. No, before you had when he was when he was competing, contest picks. You had the stage picks.
Which one?
There. Yeah, that top row. He's not going to look like that.
No.
He's not going to look like that.
No.
I can tell you that right now. He is not going to look like that. He's going to be a much bigger version of that. Now, the thing about it is the hardness and is the hardness and stuff going to come with it.
Yeah.
If it does, then he's going to be very he's in that top tier to take it.
Well, and Hottie won. They were really close, and what set Hottie apart is he was more conditioned in the front, than Lunsford was. So if he nails that conditioning in the front too, I mean, is he going to be unstoppable? I mean, if you look at it, pictures of him and Hottie right next to each other in their front shots, and they look really similar in the back and everything, but the front shots, he was just a little bit more conditioned. Oh, there's a shot right here of them both.
Yeah, I see it.
Just a tad bit more conditioned than
grainier. It's just harder.
Yeah. And that's ultimately that gave him the title. So if we could see him in that crisp like that,
I don't know about Derick, but I'm pretty sure that Hottie is probably a pure mesomorph. I was watching some of his earlier competing videos and stuff, and the guy was just phenomenal conditioning. It was just unreal.
Really?
You know? Yeah. Yeah.
He's an
He's
older guy too, isn't he? Like in his 40s? Is he an older guy like in his 40s?
Hottie?
Yeah.
He's probably up there a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I think he is. He's incredibly strong too.
But conditioning is something that you don't have to worry about with Hottie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just something you don't have to worry about.
He probably doesn't have to try as hard as some of the other guys. Now this is this is where he won the we're on his pro card right here, the
right.
nationals. Look at him from that. I mean, look at his legs back then.
Yeah, I mean, but his structure is pretty good though.
It's great, yeah.
Very aesthetic.
But his legs are the only thing I'm looking at this point, you know what I mean? And he brought that up. I mean, he doubled his size of legs, I would say, easy. His caps too.
But was he a heavyweight or a light heavyweight when he won his pro card?
Oh boy, does it say here?
Oh, no.
He probably would have been a lightweight, right?
No, either a heavyweight or a light heavyweight.
Yeah, I think it'd be a light heavyweight. Because well, I mean,
he's under 5'7", right?
Yeah, he's pretty short. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So he you know, he did 212 after that. So, and I believe he jumped in. I believe his first pro show was right like 5 days after this show, I think. And I think it was oh, what show is that? Is that oh, what's the show that comes right after nationals usually? Oh, I can't think of it, but I think he jumped into a show 5 days later. And
yeah, he said he jumped into Tampa Pro.
Is that Tampa Pro? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 6 days later.
Yeah, 6 days later, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how many shows he did. He's done. I think he's done like maybe around 10 too.
Yeah, he's covered a lot of ground in a very short period of time and stuff.
Yeah. And so did Hunter. That's why I was really surprised with how many shows Hunter did.
He won the 212 Olympia, and then he bumped to Open, and he got second in the Olympia there. And he's one of the front runners. I won't go as far as say he's the favorite, but he's one of the front runners. You know, that's a small group. You know, you got to put Hottie in there, Shupin, you got to put in there and stuff, and you got Derick, and then I don't know what's going to happen when Curry comes back. He's going to be back. He's in it, so we'll see what that's going to look like.
Speaking of Curry, I think we got an update on him. I'm gonna look him
up.
He's
in Kuwait, right? Is it Kuwait?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet, but I did hear he's got an update. I'll see what he looks like here. I seen him. I didn't watch it yet, but he's got a recent update. Oh, maybe it's not on here though. Oh, it's probably not gonna be that, is it? No. Not that. Okay, I guess it wasn't on Instagram. It was on YouTube. But there is an update on him. I haven't really got in to see it yet.
Well, he's back in Oxygen Gym now, so
you're right. Yeah, he was up there. Yeah. Okay. It was May 20th.
We'll see what happens. He's got to bring some separation, guy.
Yeah.
He's got the fullness and everything, you know. I'm pretty sure he's probably hasn't been doing anything crazy and stuff, and now it's time to sauce up and stuff, and he'll probably blow up pretty quick. He knows his body. Right. He knows what they're taking the whole 9 yards, but he's got to bring some separation, dude.
Yeah.
He's got to, you know, and it's kind of weird because, you know, I mean, it's not like he's not getting lean enough. He's getting lean.
Mm-hmm.
He's lean enough, you know. Just want some more, especially in his quads.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Did he get hurt or something?
I don't know. I know he's been out of the loop for what, about a year?
Yeah, he had
Trying to
something,
compete in
some
here.
medical issues going. I don't remember what it was though.
Mm.
I thought he had some medical issues going on. Do you remember something like that?
I don't remember. Hell, he looks old enough to do where he could do the Masters.
Yeah.
Masters Olympia. Got that little gray hair going on and stuff in the beard.
Touch of gray. Looks good
You
on him.
know.
How old is Brandon Curry?
He's got to be. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he's in his early 40s.
Oh, well, he's got gray hair then. I know I have gray hair.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you can have gray hair in your 30s, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he's in his 40s.
Now is he qualified for the Olympia?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he was what, third or something like that the last time he did it, third or second, something somewhere around in there. So I guess that would qualify.
But that was the year
I
before.
think I think it's the top. I think the top five automatically qualify, and he was a top five finisher. I'm pretty sure he was.
So, and that was the year before last, right?
Something like that, yeah.
So does that still count? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm pretty sure there's some stuff in the rules and regulations that stipulate that, but I know exactly what that is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he gets some separation too. He's gonna be, man, that's gonna be such a cool lineup. I'm looking forward to the
Yeah,
Olympia.
it's gonna be, you got but you got the changing of the guards, I mean, and we'll see whether Chupin is going to do a repeat. Is he going to get maybe 2, maybe 3 or something like that?
That's what
I can't foresee someone getting 8 or 9 Olympias.
I was just gonna ask you that.
Horizon and stuff.
Do you see anybody getting 3?
Maybe 3.
Maybe, yeah.
3, 4 is etching it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just getting too tight. There isn't this one person that's head and shoulders above everyone else, to where even if they don't show up at 100%, their 97% is better than most guys, 99%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just don't see that particular bodybuilding on the horizon right now.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they're not there.
Yeah.
Okay. Because remember now, I mean, Ronnie competed in Olympias. I remember times when he was making 14th, 15th place. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
I remember Jay Cutler and stuff when he was doing the same thing. He was out of the top 10.
You noticed Jay Cutler before he even got up there, didn't you?
I noticed Jay Cutler. I think it was the year he got. I think he was like 12th or something like that. But I went to the Olympia the year before and I saw the change in him and stuff. And I remember telling Di, it's like, Di, man, look at Jay, man. Jay's really coming up and stuff. I think you're gonna hear something from him about a year, a couple of years or something like that. It's something to that effect. And sure enough, he ended up being one of the Olympias. So that person is probably there. Now we can probably do a segment on who has the genetics now to do that. And it goes back to Crizzo again, just like with Big Randy, even when Phil Heath was at the height of his reign, people were still saying in some instances this is still Ronnie's to lose, and it never came about.
Speaking of Phil Heath, he's talking about competing again.
Yeah, he's never said he was done. The thing about it is this. I mean, the guy is looking pretty full.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty good. You know what I mean?
He looks really good. Jay Cutler's looking really good right now too.
Yeah, Jay is and stuff. So I'm thinking this Masters thing is hopefully it starts catching on a little bit more and stuff. I think I'm on the tail end of the train and stuff. I think I'm gonna miss this train. But I'm thinking in about another 4 or 5 years, I think Masters bodybuilding or Masters physique sports altogether is going to be, a big thing. It's a big draw because, I at the gym, at my gym, I mean, you get a lot of people They look at people, that are looking really fantastic. These Masters competitors, they look at these folks and they're like, "Wow, goodness gracious," because they're the same age,
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And it's very encouraging to a lot of older folks in their 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s to see us, because they're like, "Wow, yeah, I'm not aspiring to do that, but I've always wanted to drop about 10 to 12 pounds."
Yeah.
And so to see Masters competitors, is to say, "Hey, look, I can't say, well, I'm too old. I can't use that anymore."
There's no excuses anymore.
Because right. They're just as old, if not older than I am, and they're looking
Any
fantastic.
excuse I ever see, I said, go talk to Donnie. Ask him what he's doing after he's done working.
I'm hoping that the organization, our organization as a whole, they see this. I know some promoters do see it. Gary Udick, he sees it, and he does a lot to promote, Masters bodybuilding and stuff, at a high level, and Chris out west, he's trying to do the same thing, and it's just something to consider, Masters bodybuilding, Masters physique sports. Let's just add everything, bikini, the whole 9 yards. It's very inspirational.
You're right. There's a guy that goes to my local gym here, and he's my age. And when he found out my age, I was his role model. He said, because he figured,
almost instant.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm 40. You're 40. Look how you look. And so, right. And ever since then, he's changed in that sense. So, you're right about that. Because sometimes, especially with you don't look your age at all, but when you mention an age behind how we look, you're like, wait, really? People don't think I'm 40. So.
You say Donnie West on bodybuilder, Donnie West on IBB Pro. You look at me, okay, all right, that's fine. But you say Masters bodybuilding, you're looking around, okay, because you still got that 50 class is just crazy.
Yeah, 50 class.
But but when you say, well, he's a Masters 60 bodybuilder, then people, they wake up, they're like, whoa, wow, goodness gracious, man, he's 63. Wow, goodness gracious. That's when you start to get it, and it creates a buzz. It really does.
Yeah.
And there's
inspiration it's inspiration.
There's definitely a place for Masters bodybuilding, and I think the general public, as a matter of fact, I think they would be more receptive to Masters bodybuilding than probably especially the open, because the thing about it is this: a lot of these physiques are getting very unattainable. You know what I mean? And it's not your average 63 or 64-year-old isn't gonna be looking like I am. But the thing about it is this: they're aspiring for goals that are not as lofty as what I do. And to see me doing the stuff that I'm doing, or any other 60-year-old, it gives them that edge. It gives them that edge up, saying, "Hey, look, these guys and gals are doing it. I can drop 10 pounds. I can add another 10 pounds on my bench. There's definitely a place for us.
There is. That's for sure. That's for sure in gyms. All right, well, I think that's all we got for today. We're gonna see you guys for the results of Tampa Pro. So
we'll talk about it. Right now, we're kind of assuming that. Well, like I said, I'm not gonna. But like I said, I don't see anybody at lineup now unless there's just some serious dark horse out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I was talking to this earlier, real quick, but the shows we've had this year, there's nobody been competing. I mean, we've had there was six people at the Chicago Pro, or 7 at this one. Lineup has not been deep.
I mean, I remember
you're right. We got all the top guys in the Olympia right now. So, but what's going on? I mean, is it money?
The 80s and the 90s, people competed a lot more and stuff. I mean, it was just a different environment. I mean, Haney, once he won the Olympia, I mean, he was pretty much reduced to, defending his title with the Olympia and stuff, but you had the other ones. I mean, they had tours and, you had the European Grand Tour and all this other stuff, so there was a lot more competing back then. But like I said, the economy is a lot different. I mean, the way they make money, back then is different than the way they make money now and stuff, so that had something to do with it and stuff,
Well,
You're
and now
winning.
you can make the money and not even be a pro bodybuilder and just make money off social media. I mean,
Yeah,
like
and and as a matter of fact, well, you could kind of do. They didn't have social media back then,
yeah,
but you could do, like seminars and stuff like that. You can write, pieces and stuff like that, but you had some people, that were making money, even though they weren't winning shows and stuff. I mean, I know O'Hearn, he was a competitive bodybuilder,
you're right,
Michael O'Hearn.
O'Hearn, yeah.
But the thing about it, he was making more money as some of the pros that were winning. As a matter of fact, it's not. I think about it, there you got bodybuilders who were really great bodybuilders, and today, you look at them, find they're not doing that well.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
you have to you kind of have to build on something. I mean, the competing itself it just sets you up for something else.
Yeah, it's not how you're going to make all your money.
Right. It's not how you're going to make all. Only ones that are going to be doing that are your big winners. Like, I mean, if you're in the top 3 in the Olympia, if you're in the top 3 in the Arnold, okay, that's about it.
Yeah,
Everything else, you're probably getting about anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000.
yeah, yeah.
But I remember one year, I think it was Flex Wheeler's second year, he was competing. And I remember, and this was like in the 90s, and one of the things he mentioned, says, well, this is, can't remember the show, then he says, and because of that, I've made $90,000 this year. Now, you're talking about in the early 90s, and so, 90 grand, that wasn't, I remember reading the article, and I was like, wow,
That's good.
because I was in the military at the time.
Jeez,
I was like, wow, dude, he's making 90 grand and stuff, so yeah, they were handing out money then, but it's a little different now.
Huh. Wow. All right, well, we're gonna wrap it up. You guys have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely.